streaming from Twitch today, but this will end up going on YouTube, man. You know how it goes. If you're on the YouTube, or if you're from watching on YouTube, you know how the regular session goes. But if you're watching on Twitch, then you know, welcome to the Path to God Body series. This series is partly about me rehabbing my back while also building muscle, you know, getting stronger, becoming as capable as I can on all athletic fronts, and also spiritually, mentally, but obviously the physical as well. So you know what we're gonna get started with. We've got the back extensions to build up that lower back right now. So let's get straight into that. I hope the camera quality is good, man. Let's see. We're rocking with. Let's do it. So we're gonna start off with the normal body weight extensions, and then we will get into the weighted ones after that. So we'll start with our usual. We're getting about 30 reps, and then we'll do the weighted ones after that with the same weight we was using last session. So let's do it. Let's put that down there instead. There we go, a lot better. 2, 3. 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 31, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, I'll go 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. So previously, well, last session, I tried to go live on YouTube. Didn't work out so well. I didn't know exactly what I was doing on the YouTube live, so I think I didn't change it from unlisted. So it was like basically a live, but no one could see it unless you had the link. So I was thinking, damn, no viewers in the live, what's going on? But afterwards I realized it was unlisted, so I uploaded it afterwards. So, you know, you can go to my YouTube channel and see the previous live session. But yeah, after that, I was like, let me just do it on Twitch, because apparently Twitch is easier when it comes to doing lives and whatnot. And then I'll just upload the video onto YouTube after that. But that was a 30 rep set. We're gonna add on the weight now. I think last session we was doing about 10 kilos for the weighted back extensions. So continue with that, see how that goes. See if we can improve the reps. So if we get to the rep range of about, let's say 10, then we'll go up in weight. I think we was doing about 8 maximum, but my back is feeling a lot better. This was probably the most, I would say, achy it's felt in the morning for a long while. So I don't know what that's about, but last session was pretty intense. So that's that. But I think right now, let me just grab the bar quickly, and then we'll get into the weighted back extensions. But my hamstrings are fired up as well from those back extensions. So give me 1 second. Now I'm wondering how to get the, I don't know if you can get the chat on, I don't know how to get the chat on the stream. This is my first Twitch Oh, okay. That's to hide the chat. That's the show. Okay, I get this now. I'm understanding a little bit better now. So let's put on these 2.5s. Was he rocking with, or was it the fives? I think it was the fives. Yeah, it was the fives. So we'll put on the fives and see how that goes. If that goes well, we'll add on 2.5 to either side. So let's do it, man. But the Twitch setup seemed pretty easy compared to YouTube. Was a bit more involved, I would say, because well, it's not a streaming platform, so I can understand why there's so many different options and this and that and whatever. So trying out Twitch, see how Twitch goes. I had no idea what a VOD was when I was setting up, so I had to do research on that. Then there was all these other words, settings, whatever. So I'm hoping you can hear me, number one, and that I'm able to reuse this video afterwards. So we're gonna see. But at the end of the day, you live and you learn regardless. So let's do it. 10 kg. See how this moves today. See what we can do, man. One, two, three. Oh. 5, 6, 7. One more, come on. 8, 9, 10. All right. Quality. A slight little, twinge, but I wouldn't say anything for a cause for concern. Just change the angle up a little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything cause for concern. We are going to attempt putting on an extra 2.5 on the bar on each side, and then we'll see how that goes. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to re-injure myself. That's very easy to do when you are coming back from a previous injury. Too much too soon, and then you have to start all over again. So you have to go through the whole recovery phase where you can finally get some movement back in the body and then all that jazz. So I'm not trying to do too much too soon, but 10 reps, no really major issues. The reps didn't seem particularly intense apart from the last 2. So why not, man? Why not? We can always go back down afterwards. But as I always say in the video, as soon as I feel uncomfortable, it's it. Set over. So let's grab those 2.5s now. And let's do it. But the funny thing is, I've been seeing a lot of videos in regards to lower back strength, keeping your lower back strong, keeping your spine strong, all the other jazz. And a lot of people suffering with the same situation, and they were like, yeah, don't listen to the mainstream where they say not to load your lower back and to try to avoid putting your lower back in awkward or uncomfortable positions. But really and truly, you want to do quite the opposite. You want to make sure that your spine and your lower back is strong enough in these quote unquote awkward positions, or dangerous positions, so that when you are forced to go into that position, or there is a little mistake or whatever, your spine and all the muscles in there and the tendons and whatever else, ligaments, 1, are used to bearing load, 2, are used to bearing load in a position that would usually be a threat. And I think that's where I was going wrong initially. I was trying to avoid putting my lower back in these precarious positions. Like a couple of years ago, this would be a no-no. Even though when I play football, we did do this exercise, but I never really did it like another exercise. I would kind of just either do it body weight, or I'd find a weight plate to what I thought was satisfactory. However, one time I remember I did go up in weight. You know, you feel like Superman some days. And the next day, my back was like sore. It wasn't hurting, but it was sore. Like when you do bicep curls and it's sore. And I remember my friend said to me, "Oh, that's who you tried to be Superman in the gym yesterday doing those back extensions." And looking back now, I was probably doing the right thing by trying to increase the weight gradually, because, you know, football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, most people don't really focus on strengthening their lower back, especially in like I wouldn't say the lower tiers, because this was like college/university level, so it wasn't really a low standard, Division 2 NCAA. So but still, yeah, things like that the lower back just kind of gets overlooked, and then you get into this cycle of my lower back's gone, wait for it to recover, you're good for another few months or whatever until you do something, it goes again. So once I started to get into that cycle, I thought, man, I got to do something to get out of it. But, you know, sometimes these things take time to find the exact approach, because I took the approach of, you know, squatting different. I thought it was my mechanics that was off. Then I thought it was having tight hamstrings. Then it was long legs. Then it was being tall. Then it was, you know, I even thought it was down to like just the way I would close a toilet seat or bend over to pick up something. I was like, no, I must. But that's not how human bodies work, man. You should be able just to reach down, pick something up, and, you know, your spine is used to it. But I would say the major issue for me was that I was strengthening everything else around my lower back. So my legs, my core, you know, upper body. But the lower back wasn't getting any love. So when everything else is used to dealing with a certain weight, and the lower back's like, all right, I got to take over now. It's like, we've never ever moved any sort of significant weight. An injury is going to come in because it's trying to protect you from hurting yourself. So yeah, man, you got to do it. You got to do it. But here we go. Let's try this. It feels heavy already. Yeah. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Come on, one more. 6. All right. Could beast out a few more reps, but we're gonna leave that at that. We'll do another set, and then that will be it for the body weight extensions. We'll do the obliques, the single side oblique did last session, and then we'll get into the proper workout, man. We'll get into all the pull-ups, dips, all that other jazz today. But good weather here today in Grenada. The Wi-Fi is not always the best, but it looks like we're moving good so far. I think I'd probably get a notification on the screen if it was like weak connection or something along those lines. But hey, so I think today's session we'll do the muscle ups. Actually, we'll try and beat what we got last time. I think it was 5. That's the most that we done. So we'll try and beat the 5 muscle ups. Then after that, we'll get into the pull-ups. Got dips today. Biceps, I'm still deciding what exactly I want to do. I should have brought the stuff out for the preachers from the jump, but we ain't done preachers in a good minute, so it would be a good idea to do some preacher curls today, because we've been doing dumbbell curls and barbell curls with a straight bar, so get a bit more isolation on the arms, and we can do some preachers that might take a bit of setting up, so you're gonna have to be patient for that one. And then yeah, we've got dips in there, so already hitting the triceps, but we might add a little more juice in for the triceps. But gonna be a good session overall, man. I know it may seem like he's guessing what he's doing, or you know, he hasn't got a set plan. I do have a set plan, but you know, sometimes you just feel to do an exercise on a certain day, and plans change. But as long as you don't turn like a leg day into a chest day all of a sudden, then ain't no real big deal. I mean, right now the split that I'm doing is kind of a upper lower split, every other day. Right now I can't do legs for obvious reasons, rehabbing my lower back, but we will be getting back on the leg extensions, the hamstring curls, the squats, you know, the landmine squats, all the other stuff very soon. So right now we've actually just been doing upper days. So yeah, I have been skipping leg day, but not purposefully. But it is what it is, man. You know, my hamstrings are still getting a good amount of work when we're doing the back extensions. I would say the only thing that's really suffering is my quads and my... Actually, I could start doing my calves again as well, but kind of feels weird just working calves. I might just start doing at the end of the session a couple set of calf raises, and then go from there. But yeah, leg day soon come again, man. Soon come again. But right now, let's do these back extensions. Let's go for another clean 8. This is the heaviest that we've done so far. So that's we're on the right track to recovery. So here we go. 1, come on. 2, oh yes. 3. Oh, I think we're gonna go for 6. 5. 6. Yeah, all right. We ain't gonna do too much in regards to that, man. But that's it's good progress. Good progress. We like to see that, man. It's good quality progress. As I always say, we're here to get better, not to get injured. So always keep that in mind. Just gonna chuck on the wrist straps now. Beast gear. Paid post. I bought these a while back, but their fitness equipment is quality, I would say. Honestly, it's durable, it's comfortable, and it's not expensive. You can get it from Amazon, especially if you're in the UK. It is available on Amazon. Yeah, at the beginning of this month, as I said, I took the previous month off due to injury, entire month, and then appreciate the follow. That's a big, I appreciate that. I didn't see the name. I apologize. I am new to the Twitch, so I don't know who exactly followed, but I appreciate you for following, man. Big up to you. So as I was saying, we took the month off, but I had been doing a lot of weighted calisthenics before that. So I must keep a track of the time. I don't want to take too much rest in between these sets. Forgive me. So took some time off. Then when I did come back, I was like, I feel like I can do a muscle up, because we didn't have this apparatus before. We was doing pull-ups off of this piece of wood here. It was a setup. You can go back and watch my other videos on YouTube. You'll see the setup. But yeah, recently got this out of the storage unit, and I was like, bro, I've never had a bar which I could, you know, clear my head of, because I'm 6'3", so most bars, when you go above them, you're gonna hit your head in the ceiling or something along those lines. So now I had no excuse. So I was watching some videos and online, YouTube, Instagram. I was like, you know what? I feel like I can do this. It was more about technique than strength. I knew I had the strength. I was doing like 30 kg weighted pull-ups, might even be more. And then on dips, again, like 30, 35 kg dips. So I was like, strength is there. Strength is not the issue. The issue is the technique, which is completely different from pull-ups. Completely different. Altogether. So I kind of had to say to myself, okay, this is not about pulling up. It's more a swing and getting yourself over the bar, which I come to realize is completely different. The setup is completely different, hand placement, you know, all of that. So we're still mastering it. You know, I haven't mastered muscle ups, but at the end of the day, if I had a bar which was, again, high enough or had enough clearance at the top of it, I probably would have been doing muscle ups for a long time now, I'll be honest. So everything happens in due time at the end of the day. So let's do it, man. Let's do it. The goal is 5. Let's get a bit of a stretch going first though. So I know muscle ups are quite taxing on the body, so apologies for the full start there. I didn't really warm up my upper body like that properly, so always make sure you warm up. Always, 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 always. You'll regret it if you get injured and you don't at the end of the day. So let's get just a little bit of shoulder work, tricep work. Bicep work. I know I am kind of rushing through them. This is not how I would ordinarily do them, but it's probably a bit boring watching me just do the entire warm up. So in future, I will do this either right at the beginning of the stream or off stream, and then I'll come and start doing the actual workout. So unless you want me to keep this in there, please let me know if you want me to keep the warm-up section in here. I don't mind, to be honest. All right. Okay. Let's just get in a quick set of push-ups very quickly. I am still here. If you can't see me, just making sure my triceps are warm, man. This does take a lot of tricep effort. Surprising. Well, not surprisingly. So I would say another thing before I get into them, focus on straight bar dips, because obviously when you're coming over the top, it is a straight bar dip you're essentially performing. But please let me know if you can hear me, if this mic is working. I assume so. But hey, let's do it, man. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, that's a new PR. It's decent. 6. Happy with that. Probably could have pushed for 7, but I'm gassed. Wow. Yeah, definitely could have pushed for 7, but 6 will do, man. 6 will do nicely. I hope the stream quality is good, man. I really do. 6 will do for today. We'll do another set. Hopefully we can get 6 again, and then we'll move on to the pull-ups. But we'll take that, man. We'll take that. I'm definitely a bigger fan of working out outside, man. It just feels different. You breathe different. oxygen, not artificial, you know, AC air. So a lot nicer, you know. You can get a bit of sun in between sets, get that vitamin D flowing, all that good stuff, man. It just feels more natural, you know. Gyms, I love gym, you know. I first started training, well, actually I first started training at home, but that was indoors as well. But I think outdoor gyms will always be better. And for those of you who know, you know what I'm talking about. But obviously not out in the sun. I'm talking about having like like this, you know, sort of like a, what do they call it? Not garage, but what is it called? Shed vibes, like a gym shed, you know. But I suppose some people, bugs, all the other stuff would bother them, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So let's continue to take this break and we'll get into the next set of the muscle ups. Form is okay right now. I would say form has definitely improved since we first started doing them. There is a bit more cleaning up to do, but overall I feel like it's at a satisfactory standard right now. I don't think it's like too much kipping, I would say. I don't know, actually. But for the most part, it's something that I always wanted to master, always looked cool, you know. You see different people doing it online, so you think everyone can do it, but once you actually attempt it yourself, you see that there's a lot of technique involved, obviously strength involved, and it takes time to master it. You got to get the cues correct, all this other stuff. But once you kind of get it, that's when you can start pushing for the reps. Like anything, get the technique first, you slow it down, build up the technique, and then you start going for higher and higher reps rather than techniques all over the place, injure yourself trying to get 10 reps, you know, first time trying it. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But let's do this next set now. Aiming to get another 6. Another 6. Here we go, here we go, here we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, that was a fight, man. That was a fight, but we got there. We got there in the end, man. We got there in the end. The worst part is when you're coming over the bar and you scrape the top of your abdomen. It does feel pretty sore. But let's get into some pull-ups now, man. Get into some pull-ups. I don't want to take it too far away from the Wi-Fi. I don't want the camera quality to suffer. So, or sorry, should I say the stream quality to suffer. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't do workout streams on Twitch. I thought to myself, well, why not see if it becomes a thing, you know. I think, actually no, let me know, I've seen a couple people stream their workouts, but it wasn't like the overwhelming majority, you know. I saw most people doing like lifestyle stuff, gaming obviously, vlogs, mukbangs, you know, more like less active things, I should say. I don't really know of any sort of Twitch fitness workout streamers who are known on the mainstream stage on Twitch for streaming workouts. So maybe I can become that person, you know, or maybe I can set the trend of people just recording their workouts live, because this is the thing I was saying in my other video about authenticity, is that, you know, edited videos you can hide behind the edits, you might not hit a rep or a set, and you just redo a couple reps and you show yourself doing like 3 quality reps, and you kind of miss the reps that you struggle, or maybe you didn't hit the weight today that you wanted to hit, with other stuff. And some people keep it real, I won't lie, some people keep it 100% real even if the videos are edited. But yeah, I think live streaming just adds a little bit more authenticity, the time it takes for the workout, the rest in between sets, all that other stuff. So that's the only reason I would say I was interested in streaming, and plus I don't have to edit these videos. But I would say that, and it just gives you a more real insight to how people actually conduct their workouts. So let's do a few body weight reps of pull-ups, then we're going to put on the 25 kg weight vest. I think we was working at about 4 or 5 reps with the weight vest on, so we'll see if we can match that or do better this time around. But let's get a few reps in body weight. Go one more, come on. Yeah. Nothing nicer than a clean pull-up, I would say, man. Nothing beats a clean pull-up. I'm not judging nobody for the way they want to do their pull-ups, but for me, it's all the way up, and it's all the way down, almost. Even sometimes it comes to a complete dead hang. But I mean, you should really be coming to a dead hang, if I'm completely honest. You shouldn't be here going, for me that don't count. I don't know what you're doing, you're playing games. But you want that full range of motion, you know, definitely on pull-ups, man. No excuse. Let your whole body, you know, your whole back do the work. You know, the lower portion is the hardest portion, I would say, to get out of, and that's probably why most people try to avoid it, because once you, let me move the camera down so you can see me set on this weight vest. Once you start doing full range of motion, the numbers go down drastically. And whereas you can say, oh, I can do 10 pull-ups, but your chin ain't clearing the bar, you ain't coming all the way down. Once you start to do that, you might be able to do 5, 4. But the question, if you ask yourself, is what is better? 5 quality push-ups, pull-ups, sorry, or 10 mediocre ones? That's the question. It's all about quality, not quantity at the end of the day. And I think that's for most things in life. Like if you bought an expensive car that's like really fast, but you can only, like every time you drive it, it breaks down after every 2 weeks. But you get another car which is slightly slower, but it's more efficient, it lasts longer. You know, you're not worrying about the components inside the vehicle malfunctioning, all that other stuff. You're picking the quality car over the car which is, you know, faster or whatever, depending on your goal too. You know, everybody got different goals, but I feel like when it comes to doing exercises, you want to make sure you're doing them properly, man. And that's what I feed into my clients as well, is that forget the numbers, you know, focus on form. And of course, if you've never done an exercise before, your form is going to be a little bit shoddy, and that's okay. You know, we're not here to tear you apart and pick holes in what you're doing, but we got to get you to the standard in which you need to be at. So we have to be honest, we have to critique you, we have to sometimes take the weight down and build back up, which most people, you know, depending on who they are, they might take offense to it. But I would say most people there who are interested in personal training and improving their fitness generally have an open mind and generally are coachable. If you find yourself that you're around people who don't have an open mind, who are not coachable, get away from them quickly. They'll only drag you down or drag you into drama. And you don't want to be involved in either of those. And this is the 25 kg weight vest. Extremely heavy, but gets the job done. I hope now the sandbag's full out. All right, cool. And why the sandbags fell out, I don't know where it came out from. Okay, cool. Came up from right here. Excellent. I don't know why these are not sewed in or have like a strap or Velcro strap to go over them, but quality weight vest just wasn't thought out as well as it should have been, if I'm honest. This was a long break. It wasn't supposed to be this long, but had to put the sandbags back in. So let's just get into these pull-ups, man. Sorry for the setup. I apologize. But this is the one different thing about live streaming compared to edited videos. Ordinarily, I would have edited all this out and you would have just seen me doing the pull-ups. But let me switch over to the gloves just so I can get a bit more grip. Give me 2 seconds. All right, cool. These gloves, Ace Hardware, nothing fancy, but the grip quality is amazing. So we're aiming for at least 4 on these, but the form will be good. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, come on. 5. No. Cool. So there you have it. 5 reps. If you're new, well, obviously you're new on Twitch, so I don't usually work in high rep ranges. Usually I like to keep things between minimum 4, I would say. Sometimes it does go down to 3, depending if I'm trying to, progress to a new weight. But minimum 4, maximum we're trying to keep it at is about 7 or 8, around that, and then we want to go up again. So a bit Mike Mentzer-ish style, low volume, high intensity. Keep it like that. I have seen vast improvements since changing up my training style. I used to work in higher reps, so sometimes I'd even do reps of like up to 15, especially for the smaller muscles, because I thought, oh, it's a smaller muscle, they need more reps. However, using myself as my guinea pig, as my test product, when I did switch up the training style, I saw vast improvements in muscle development, and muscle strength. So we've been doing this for a good few months now. If we hadn't had the lower back problem, lower back injury, weighted pull-ups probably be about 40 kg right now, if I'm honest. And that's me being a little bit generous, because we was at about 30 kg for about 4 or 5 reps, so only 5 kg off. But given another month or 2 of training, I feel like 40 kg would have happened, if I'm completely honest. But we just we'll get there, we'll build back up there. As I said, this back is what's taking priority right now, just not re-injuring it. But we're still trying to build muscle, man. At the end of the day, keep working, keep grinding. Get what you want, man. Get what you want. I forgot to put my timer on for the rest period, so I'm just gonna do another minute. See how I feel after that. But don't be scared to take long rest periods either. Don't be in this myth that shorter rest is better and da da da. If you're pressed for time, obviously you're gonna have to shorten the rest period. But if you want to get the most out of every set, I would say 2 to 3 minutes minimum. I mean, 90 seconds is, I would say 90 seconds if you are really rushing through a workout, but if you really want to fully recover in between sets, 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes is good. I would say 3 minutes is ideal, depending on the body part as well. If you're doing a very taxing movement like squats or pull-ups, of course, anything that's going to involve a lot of body parts, I would say maybe even 3 minutes plus, if I'm honest. But 2 minutes minimum, fully recover, man, so then you can give your best effort and intensity on the next set, rather than 60 seconds, which I have done, and your next set is nowhere near as good as the previous ones, because you're still trying to recover. The muscles are still trying to, you know, get back to where they were. So that's my advice to you. Take your rests as serious as you do your sets at the end of the day. But let's get into this next one now. Let's switch up the angle a little bit. That should be good. Just make sure you can just see that. Here we go. Oof. I think we'll do one more set, but we'll do a different grip. So we'll go in here just to hit the biceps a little bit more. But that was 2 good sets, man. Five reps. They were clean as well. Little to no kipping, which is always great. So we're making steady progress on the weighted pull-ups, man. But my last video I was talking about how weighted calisthenics is underrated big time. I feel like when people kind of start to get good at moving their body weight, they tend to move into, you know, traditional sort of weightlifting style training, like body weight is whatever. But man, chuck on some weight, put on a weight vest, you know what I mean, get a dip belt, put some weight on that, any way that you can, a weight plate on your back, backpack, anything, you know, a younger sibling, jump on your back, do some pull-ups, and you will see that, one, you'll continue to make gains, and the muscle development will be scary, man, absolutely scary. I remember one of my first viral vids on TikTok, it was me doing weighted push-ups on some chairs, and people, it had like a brick coming off me. People were like, what the flip is this guy doing? But little did they know, you can make some serious chest gains with weighted push-ups, man. It did look a bit sketchy though, it did look a bit dangerous, but that's all I had at the time, man, to work with. All I had was chairs, bricks, piece of rope, but we was making it work. It's making it work, man. It's a little dark. I'll move this back here, actually. See if we can get the whole vibe in. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, let's do this final set of pull-ups, man. As I said, we're gonna go for close grip, but neutral, to hit the biceps a little bit, man. So right in here. Oh, this weight vest is heavy. Could have tried to grind that out, but not really worth it, is it? Not really worth it. All right, we're gonna do some dips now. We'll keep the weight vest on for the dips as well. So we are going with a calisthenics sort of start. Then we'll get in. Well, actually, now today's pretty much going to be almost a calisthenics routine. Obviously, we are going to chuck in a few weighted movements, but yeah, mainly calisthenics today, man. Mainly. Can't come away from the roots, you know what I mean? You can see everything. Can you see? I think so. I think so. I hope so. Yeah, I think you can see. Yeah, you can see. So yeah, we're going for dips. So I say, once this weight vest goes on, I ain't taking it off until I'm done, man, because it's a fight to get it back on, especially if these sandbags fall out from the vest. Nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it, man. I'm not doing it. So I would like to ideally do a warm-up with just body weight, but the belt is, I mean, the vest is on, so 25 kg it is. All right. Hopefully you guys can see what's going on. Feel free to ask questions, anything like that. I don't know if I can see the chat on the screen. I don't know exactly if anyone has said anything, but at the end of the day, my inbox on Instagram is always open, on TikTok too, all that other stuff. So if you ever have any questions, feel free. Feel free. All right, here we go. Actually, here we go. Six. Okay, not bad. Let's take a break in the shade, man. The sun is hot, but need to figure out this Wi-Fi situation, man, so I can go further into the shed rather than into the sun. But we got to stay close to the crib, man, to get this quality connection. All right, so I'll do another set of those, and then we're back on the rack for some. Should we do push-ups? Yeah, actually, this might stay on for a bit longer. We're gonna do some weighted push-ups with the rings as well. So yeah, this is gonna be a heavily calisthenics influenced session. So we got to deal with this weight vest just for a bit longer. We'll finish off with another set of dips. Then we'll do some weighted push-ups with the belt on. I mean, with the vest on. Why do I keep saying belt? With the vest on. We'll do some curls. I know I said I was going to do preacher curls at the start of the session, but just for the purpose of the stream, it is going to be a bit of a setup, getting everything in place. So it might make this stream longer than what I would have liked it to be. So I may just have to do regular barbell curls, man, unfortunately. But next time I stream, I'll have the preacher set up for you guys, man. But yeah, let's get into this next set now. I don't know where the best angle is gonna be. That works, right? I think that works. Yeah, that's good. Here we go. One, two, three. Oh, 5. That will do. That will do, man. That will do. to be honest, I changed my mind completely. We're gonna do we'll do some dumbbell bench press instead. I just feel about my lower back again, and trying to keep my body in this position like that while doing the push-ups, it's probably not ideal. So, and especially as we're fatigued now, this weight vest is ridiculous. Ugh. So, I know you heard that. We'll just set up the dumbbells, and we'll do some bench press, man, with those. It's probably the best way to do it. I don't know my dumbbell bench press weight, seeing that I haven't done it in a good minute. I couldn't tell you exactly what with. We've mainly just been doing the barbell bench press, but I want to switch it up. I did that last session, so we'll do the dumbbells today. We'll start off with maybe, we'll start off with 20 kg on either side. See how that moves. If that is good, we'll go up to 30. And then if it's not so good, we will stick with 20. So let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's set this up. Get these bars out of the way. Yeah. But yeah, man, overall, session is moving along nicely. Appreciate everyone who stopped by to view today's workout, man. Make sure that you get your workout in today as well. Big time. Just helps with everything, man. Honestly, helps with mental clarity. Obviously, you're improving your physique. You feel accomplished at the end of it. And then you know, it's just something about it. Maybe it's not for everyone, I would say. Maybe some people don't see the value in exercising, but just being healthy is a blessing, man. And maintaining your health on top of that. Do you know what I mean? It's not really, I would say it's a non-negotiable, to be honest. Working out. But some people would probably argue otherwise and say that it isn't as necessary as some people make out. But for me, it always will be a part of my lifestyle, regardless, man. If I have to work out in the morning, the evening, nighttime, you know, even if I had to do it out in the hot sun, it's getting done regardless. There's no excuse why you shouldn't be in shape. It's 100% under your control. Do you know what I mean? Like other things in life, you may not have control over. Like if you work a 9-to-5 job, you don't really have control over the time that you start, the time that you finish, when you take your lunches, you know, the actual work that you have to do. But when it comes to fitness, unless you're in like some sort of organized team sport or whatever, but even then you have autonomy of, you know, what you do in the team sport. But yeah, when it comes to physical exercise, you have complete control over your effort, over your intensity, what you're doing, how you're doing it, how you're eating, what you're drinking, you know, the thoughts that you're feeding yourself during the session, all that stuff. So yeah, that's 100% under your control. And that's the good thing about this, is that your body will speak volumes before you say anything. So someone can see if you've been working hard, if you've been working out, if you've been, you know, eating correctly, drinking your water, you know, doing your cardio. Like there's no way to lie about this. There's other things in life that you can lie about, but this, there's no lie, man. You cannot escape it. And that's why I said it's a level of authenticity that goes into it. Of course, people take steroids and things like that, but they still have to work out. I mean, steroids are mainly to help with recovery rather than helping you, you know, just build muscle by sitting around. And I'm not pro steroids. I don't take steroids. Never will take them. And I don't really judge anybody that does take them. That's your prerogative. But even then, you have to put in the work. You have to sacrifice time, you know, give effort, all the other jazz. But hey man, that's enough rambling. Let me set this up. I'm here talking like this is a psychology class. So yeah, we're gonna start with 20s on either side, man. See how that moves. I might have to grab a mat quickly though. I don't want to mess my weights up on this concrete. They've already been eaten up by this floor, so any more damage would really annoy me. So I'll grab a mat quickly and then we'll get into this set. How are we doing for time? How long have I been live for? 1 hour? That's not bad. That's not bad. I should be done around the hour 30 mark, so hour 30, 90-minute session. Considering all the breaks, talking, setting up. It's not terrible, to be honest. So let me grab a mat quickly and then can get into it, man. Dude. Grab those. Grab those. Yeah, this is just to protect the weights from the floor. So if I do fail on a set, or you know, when I'm putting them down, I ain't destroying the floor and I'm not destroying my weights either. These are rubber weights, they're not metal, so they do take a beating. And I assume if they take too much of a beating, what they weigh will start to change. So let me just put this up. Hopefully you guys can get a decent POV. I don't know. Should I do it this way? I don't think so. Let me move it that way. That's probably better. I think that's probably going to be the best angle for y'all. So the thing about these weights as well is they have a big clunky side, so you can't exactly rest them on your legs fully comfortably. But we're not here to make excuses, we're here to make progress. So 25 kg, these bars, so this part here weighs 5 kg, so 25 kg. Let's do it, man. See what we can push. Oh, that's light, man. That's a warm-up, man. I don't know what the heck I was talking about. Is this going to be too heavy? That's a warm-up weight. So what I'll do instead is I will add, let's see. So we got 20. Ooh, this is where it gets tricky now. The thing is, I could try a 40, but that's going to look crazy because the way the weights are set up. You know what? We'll bust a 15 on either side. So I've got some big 15 kg weight plates. We'll put that on one side. We'll take the 5s from this one and put them on the other one. And that's going to take us to 35 kilos in total. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I didn't realize. I think the heaviest I've ever done on a dumbbell press is about 40 kilos, might be 45. I don't know what that is in pounds though. I think pounds, either 100 or 110, something like that. One of those two. But that was like peak lifting days, no injuries, no nothing like that. Feel me? So yeah, let's put this 5 kg on these ones. bang that out, man. Yeah, oh, that's a heavyweight now. No cat. That is a heavyweight now, man. I'm gonna put these here though to stop these weights from moving. This drive is not leveled. It has like a slope so the water can run off. So the weights like to run off as well. If you catch my drift. But yeah, man, fitness is all about consistency and discipline at the end of the day. And if you're looking for quick results, you know, this ain't for you, man. This is probably one of the most rewarding but delayed gratifying things that you can do. So people be asking, oh, how long did it take to get to, you know, this physique, that physique, whatever, da 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 da. What I say to that is, if you ain't in this for life, don't bother. Honestly, don't bother. Just don't bother, because what may take someone a year might take you 3 years, 4, 10, depending on where you're starting from and how much time and effort you have to give this. You know, genetics obviously play a part as well. I feel like just do it, keep going, keep working, keep grinding, and the results will come. You know, don't compare your journey to the next person's, because everyone's journey and path is going to be different. You know, people get injuries, people get sick, people get this, that, and whatever. But you got to focus on what's going on with you, because whereas someone might be here right now and you're here, it can change over time. Honestly, I've seen it happen. Change, man. Playing field is always changing. Do you understand? So we got 30 now. Oh no, we got 35. Hopefully we can move this. Oh, that's a big boy weight. All right, here we go, man. Getting this down is going to be fun. I don't think getting up is going to be that hard. But getting this back down, here we go. 1. Three. Oh, come on. 5. 8. That was interesting. Felt good though. That is the perfect weight for right now. I feel like those reps were clean. I think seemed clean, felt clean. So we got another set of that, and then we'll move on. I see the weight's got a little bit of a beating on that one to make the mat wider. But yeah, man, honestly, I would say it's like excuse me, you just got to lock in, man. Honestly, really focus on what you want, know what you want. That's my dog making that noise. Are you good? You okay? Okay. Know what you want, man. Know what you want to get out of this, you know? And you're not going to be motivated the entire time on the journey, which I think a lot of people are under this misconception that people who are in shape and who are, you know, fit and look good, they're always motivated. They're always, you know, they love it that much that they never have those days where they're like, hey man, I can't bother with this. Do you know what I mean? But everybody's human. Everyone has those days, but it's just the willpower, the sticking power to go, you know what, I ain't feeling it, but I'm gonna go there and give it my best. And you know, I might fall short of all the stuff that I was doing last time. The weight might be a little bit less, the energy might be a little bit less, but at the end of the day, still getting the time in, the sweat equity, the miles in. Do you know what I mean? something is better than nothing in most cases. So don't feel like you always have to be on 100 and yeah, I'm ready, I'm good to go. Nah, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes with anything. Do you know what I mean? You just gotta see it for what it is and look ahead and say to yourself, okay, another day in the books, adding to the grand total. And I hear it all the times in my DMs. People will be like, man, I was going so well, but I just lost discipline. That's your choice. You made that decision. You made that decision to lose discipline. Unless something is physically stopping you, or time is not permitting you to. But even time, I truly believe everyone has enough time to do at least 100 push-ups and 100 squats, and let's say if they have access to a pull-up bar, 100 pull-ups a day. You have the time. You're just picking something over it. You are just picking something else over it, whether it be Netflix, whether it be, just hanging around, doing nothing, unless you're studying or pursuing something which is so time consuming. That's probably the only reason why you shouldn't be doing some form of exercise. And you don't have to exercise an hour, 30 minutes. There's 30 minutes workout on YouTube. There's 20 minutes, there's 15 minutes, there's all that stuff. So you're just making the decision not to improve yourself, and that's on you. Next set, man, let's go. Let's bang this. That one was a little awkward because my head was not on the bench, but I was talking, man. I didn't really focus on pushing myself right to the edge. All right, cool. So let's get into some bicep curls now, man. I might do them seated since we're already here. Yeah, we'll do it. What, some seated hammers? I think that would be sweet. Triceps, we're gonna go back into triceps for today. We might do a little something, maybe a single arm tricep extension. That hurt my hips a little bit, man. These weights are so bulky, it's annoying. Grateful for them though, don't ever get it twisted. Yeah, let's do some curls and finish off with some triceps after that. But this has been a quality session, man. I've enjoyed this live streaming experience. First Twitch live stream. For the viewers in here right now, I appreciate you. I appreciate the follow as well, whoever that was from. Many more videos to come, man. I'm gonna try and stream every other day around. The latest the stream will probably start is 11. The very latest, but the earliest will probably start is about maybe 10:30, depending on the day. So it will be every other day. Time permitting, of course. I've got other stuff to do, but around that time is usually the sweet spot. If I can go to other places and stream, I will. There is different playgrounds and parks and in different areas around the country, so we may be doing some of those now. We just take a weight plate with us and go to work, but for the most part we're gonna be here getting better, getting stronger. I have got some workouts planned with some other people, some serious like calisthenics guys, fitness guys, whatever. So hopefully go there. There is some Wi-Fi there. We can set up the stream again, IRL, man, and we just build from there. It's all about building up other people as well, people who are going to make you better and force you to be better, I should say. So yeah, I'm trying to connect with people who are on the same or a higher level, and they will only push me to be better at the end of the day. Damn, let me get up and stretch, bro. I felt that in my quads and my hips, man. Jeez. All right, cool. So set up this weight, man. for the thing. Or should we? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna say, should we do a single arm row? But nah, man, we're not gonna do that. We'll do the bicep curls as originally intended. So it's just gonna be 15. Because these weigh 5, so these alone they weigh 5 kg. I didn't know that until recently, so I'm here thinking I'm doing a certain weight, but plus 5 kg for everything. So that's gonna be way too much. So we're not doing that. We'll put a 5 on either side. That will take us to about 15 kilos, which is a realistic weight. And then we'll just chuck the 2.5s on either side for this one as well. So yeah, most of the stuff you're seeing that I got from Amazon. I'm not really one for splurging on items that are not necessary to where I want to be in life. But if you don't have, let's say, a lot of finances and resources and whatever, and let's say, for example, you want something, you got a birthday coming up, and you know, family members ask you what you want for whatever, make sure that it's something that supports the direction that you want to go in. You know what I mean? And let them know you're serious about it, and you'll be surprised how much people will support you on your path. You know, that's if you've got like good family and friends around you, and the universe will give you ways and show you things and give you access to things that will support you on that journey as well. But you got to have a genuine burning desire to do something or be something for that to really work, man, honestly. But yeah, if you know, I want a weight set, and you say, hey, I want a weight set, whatever, and that's the only thing that you ask for, more chances, ouch, you'll get it. Honestly. Honestly. And you might not get it in the time period which you expect to get it, but you'll get it at the end of the day, man. That's how it works. You know, everything starts with thought, with imagination. There's no one captaining the ship will never set sail, man. So you got to make that decision, make that choice. All right, here we go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nah, I'll leave it there. See, this is why I wanted to do preacher curls, because I don't have a lot of weights. So trying to get equal weight on either side while also doing a weight that I can actually do is difficult. So when I can just load up one dumbbell with whatever weight and do a preacher curl, so much easier, honestly, so much easier. But we might be able to rig up something. I just thought about this. Let me just test something very quickly. Hold on. We might be able just to... Nah, that's not ever going to work. I don't know why I thought that was a possibility. But tell a lie. Let me see. I'm trying to think of the fastest way I could set this up. That could work. Yeah, man, this could work. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Hold on just a moment. Oh, guys, we got it. We got it. We got it. We're going to do a preacher. We're switching up the program. I'm just going to set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the bench right here. Like that. And then we're going to set it up here. And we're just going to work like that, man. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a mat to protect the edge of the bench that's prerogative number one. We don't want to damage our equipment because we don't want to replace it. Money can be better spent elsewhere, and we don't want it to move either. So I might even do a double mat, and then we'll put the 20 kilo weight plates at the front of it so it can't shift. Although I'm not really and truly putting weight on it like that, but just to be safe, we don't want to risk anything happening, I'll be honest. But I've said in a lot of videos on my YouTube channel, man, you gotta make do with what you got at the end of the day. The conditions will not always be ideal, but whatever you can find, use it to help you on your path to success. So let's see now. I think this will be good. I think that'll be just fine. So we'll start with the 15. Sure, we can do more. Almost guarantee we can do more. And then see what we can do after that. But it feels, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can definitely go up to about we'll add another 2.5 onto this, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll add another 2.5, and then that'll probably be a 1 set in total for that. I don't think we will go beyond that. So let me just, I'm hoping this angle is good for you guys, man. Trying to work out the best angles. I might have to move it closer. That should be good. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, man. So always trying to progress, always, you know, don't stick to a weight which you know is going to be easy, and you know you look good doing it and blah blah blah. Nah, man, push it every time. Just test to see if you can do the next weight up, the next 2.5 up, even if it's 0.5 you add on. Just obviously don't want to lose your form, but try, man. Just try. Cool. Oof. All right. Here we go. There we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's good. That's good, man. I think we'll leave it there for the biceps. We did 3 sets in total, kinda. I think triceps, I'm gonna just do the resistance band with them. put them up here, and let's see how we're doing for time, man. See what the time is looking like. What we at? 1 minute and 21 seconds. Yeah, we could probably squeeze in another 2 exercises. I think I only do like 2 sets of the tricep extensions with the resistance band, and then we'll finish off with 2 sets of the lateral raises, and that should be the session. You know, I want to make sure I get the shoulders in, man. I would say my shoulders are probably the weak point on my upper body. Do need a bit of work, but gonna get there in the end. So let's set this up. Let's move all this out of the way. But we now know for the future we can set up the preacher curl just like that. Usually I would use my other bench, but that requires a lot of setting up, but it didn't do any damage, which is quality. It's quality. If you do want to rewatch this video, I will post it on YouTube after. I think I put on the correct setting so I can download it and repost it, hopefully. But we'll see. Once I get all the logistics figured out and whatnot, then we'll work from there and we'll be back. Just a little, yeah, it's still good. No, it's not good, would be much appreciated. So please let me know. If you don't want to let me know, that's cool too, but if anybody could just say, yeah, connection is quality, let me know, please. I don't know. Hopefully it's good, man. But I'm trying to get better light, and I know it's a bit dark. So yeah, we're just gonna do some tricep extensions with the resistance band. So literally a single arm tricep pull down, help build those triceps up nicely. I don't have a pulley system for this, so if I had a pulley system I would literally just go back there. I've got the part to fit a pulley system, but I didn't get the one with the pulley system, so literally I would just do the normal. But when you got a resistance band, man, still get the job done at the end of the day. So let's put in this work now, man. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the thing with tricep, whatever you want to call them, extensions, push downs, you really want to make sure that you're keeping that arm nice and close to your shoulder. I mean to your hip. Sorry, not shoulder, to your hip. If you're having to flare out your arm, you might want to take the weight down. It's probably too heavy for you. So let me just show you a quick example, right? So you naturally want your arm to be like this, like tucked tight, nice, close, so that tricep, and you'll really feel that tricep working. When you start to go in like this, oh, you know, you ain't doing it right, man. Stop it. Do it properly. Take the weight down, you know, all that stuff, and do them properly, man. So nice and tight to your arm. Boom, man. See when your arm is there, tricep shows up more, because all the tricep is doing the work. You're not involving your shoulder, you're not involving your core, you know. You're letting the tricep do what it's supposed to do, and that's extend at the elbow at the end of the day. Just turn you a little bit that way. Can't lie, rest times have gone out the window, so I'm just gonna watch the counter on the screen from now on to gauge the rest time. My phone is over there, my other phone's over there, so. But yeah, man, it's been a quality session so far. I've enjoyed it. We've made progress, so tried some new things as well. Good first stream, I would say. We didn't run into any sort of hiccups. I think the stream quality is okay. I didn't get no notifications on the screen in regards to the stream quality not being suffice, but that's that, man, that's that. But let's do it. Oh, get yourself some resistance bands if you work at home, man. Versatile, very, very versatile. Well, let me not say nearly, you can hit every single body part with resistance bands, facts. So if you ain't got a lot of space, or you don't have the money to afford a whole weight setup or whatever, resistance bands will save you. Here we go. X, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I would say, unfortunately, I have outgrown this resistance band. Doing 10 is not ideal, but hey, it is what it is. So let's finish off with these lateral raises. I might even go single arm. Nah, let's do double arm, save time. So we'll just lateral raises, and then we out, ski man, we out of here. So let's set that up right now. 1 bar's already set up. Just got to do this one very quickly. Just take off some of the weights. But yeah, we've hit nearly every single body part. The only thing I know that we haven't really hit is probably the rear delts. Didn't get much work today because we didn't do any sort of rowing pattern or rowing movement, or we're not doing rear delt flies. So that's probably the only thing that didn't get any sort of love today, but that will be in the next session for sure. Just grab this other dumbbell. But yeah, it's the only body part I can really think of. Well, and core, of course, but as I said, we can't do core at this very moment. Getting back on the cardio, that's for sure. Things like that. Probably most I would probably do is maybe about 4 miles. Other than that, give me the sprints all day long, mate, all day long. Get the job done quickly. All right, let's hit these now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more to go. One more set to go, man. Lateral raises, man. Lateral raises. The big debate is it lateral raises or is it overhead press that builds crazy shoulders. I think at the end of the day, just do both. That way you can't lose, rather than arguing which one is better or which one is better for hypertrophy. Just do both. Simple as that. I ain't check the time on the screen. 1 minute 32, so I'm supposed to finish at about an hour and 30, but we got one more to go, so probably finish about what, 1 minute 35 roughly. Not bad, not bad given the setup time and changing over exercises. And I know I definitely was yapping in between some of these sets, so amen, amen. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the session. About to do the last set, and then this video will probably go up on YouTube if you want to rewatch it from the jump, and you can show some love on the YouTube as well. I drop different sort of videos on there, not just live streams, but different, you know, exercises you can do to work certain body parts, yada yada yada, all that other jazz. And you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok as well, same handle. But let's do it, man. Okay. All right, people. Physique check. To top off the session. No editing, no none of that jazz. Let's see. Let's get a bit of sun going. Can you see? Not bad, not bad. Need to sort out this hip hike though. But other than that, that is it for today, ladies and gents. Hope you enjoy watching. Leave me a follow and subscribe as well if you're watching on the YouTube. But yeah, that is it. Peace.